Alrighty guys, what is up? Welcome back to Path of Exile with LD7, and today we're going to keep on pushing through Act 3. So we're going back to the battlefront because we got to find our way to the Ebony Barracks as well as the Imperial Gardens off of this map. So we're going to go ahead, push through, and see if we can't do both of those things. As far as like completing the act is concerned, probably won't make it through this time just because we still have a fair amount of the quests to go. But we'll probably try to do the Ebony Barracks mini boss this time, as well as the Solaris and Lunaris Temple, if we can manage it. Just depends. We'll keep an eye on the time because I like trying to keep these episodes around 20 minutes max, just because that feels like a good length by and large for these videos. Be sure to leave a comment down below if you're cool with me going farther. So here's Solaris Temple level 1. So this is definitely part of the mainline quest. So not too bad. We're just going to go through and start clearing some homies out. That's kind of what you do anytime you hit a map, so not a big deal. Here we go. This one's kind of fun. They spawn statues. They have these little zappy assholes around. So the big ones, so the big banners are kind of annoying. So take those guys out first. Those should be your priority when you're if you're going to target stuff actively with your W spell. Outside of that, the little dudes aren't quite as bad. So there's the waypoint. That's great. So now we can travel back here, which we'll need to do a couple of times, but not a big deal. We're going to continue up this way. So this is a bigger boss monster, so try to avoid that shock circle because it will damage you quite a bit. So there we go. Take this, we'll take this, and we will keep on pushing. So not a big deal. So we got an Arcanist strongbox. We'll go ahead and take that too. Wow, we almost got fucking dropped, but we didn't, so that's good. So Superior Greater, this one had a lot of good currency items in it. Love to see that. So there we go. And there's an Ornate strong. Wow, that is rare. I don't think I've really seen two orange level boxes in the that close together before. Cool. So we'll take that. Must be the YouTuber luck or something like that. So there we go. We're going to go ahead, enter Solaris Temple level 2. And this has 2 missions for us. So search the temple and find the tomb of the Gremlin Queen, which is kind of like a little mini boss for this part of the map. We do need to raise some more zombies, so let's just go ahead and kill some stuff real fast, so we have some things to raise off of. So there we go. Got one zombie up anyway. Not a big deal. We'll encounter some ribbons that we can kill. So here we go. Refill our zombles. Because I know we've talked about this before, but you want to keep all your minions up at all times if at all possible, because it does make a big difference to your DPS and clear speed ability and your sustainability with this character. If you don't have all your minions, you are not playing effectively and you will probably get killed. So bear that in mind. We are just moving through this way because I'm assuming this is how we get over to Diablo or whatever the fuck their name is. I don't know. So not a big deal. We're going to DPS them down as we go. And here we go. We got another waypoint for the second level of the Solaris Temple, so that's great. We can port back here. And once we talk to this gal, we will get access to an amulet. As far as this goes, I typically go for the Jade Amulet, just because we don't take a lot of dexterity points with this build. So it seems to be the best one to go with, as far as I can tell. There might be better. If you find something better, be sure to leave it down in the comments so everyone else can kind of figure out what's going on. So here we go. We're going to take the Superior Giant. Okay, I don't care about your damn story. Here we go. So Studded Soul. This might be better than what we've got. So we'll lose the lightning resist, but we'll get more cold off of it. So I guess that's probably worth it. It's hard to tell sometimes. So we need to go into the Eternal Laboratory, I believe. Well, maybe we don't. JK, you don't have to go in here. I just wanted to. So we need to go back to the docks, is what it looks like. So no worries. We've got that waypoint already. So let's go to the docks. And we need to find the Thalmetic Sulfite, which I have no idea where that's at, in all honesty. So we will have to explore the map a little bit. Not a big deal. We should be able to do that relatively easily. There are a lot of dudes right here that are fairly strong, all things considered. It's probably because of this lightning thing right here. It either gives them lightning resist or something like that, or increases their lightning damage. I don't know. So let's just go ahead and explore and see if we can't find what we're looking for. The other benefit of using Flame Dash, once you have Elemental Equilibrium, is if you put your W down on a monster, you can Flame Dash across them. You'll go through the enemy, obviously, but it'll deal fire damage to them, which will have a 50% increased damage bonus once you put down your W. So, like, for example, we W'd this guy, so if we Flame Dash across, he'll take a huge chunk of health, or it'll take a huge chunk of health off of him, so just bear that in mind. When we clear out and go back in to look at the ascendancy or passive points again, I'll show you kind of what we're aiming for next. Ooh, that's actually decent boots for us because it's 4-socket blue. They aren't all linked, but we do have some orbs of fusing that we could use to link those, and with 4-socket items, it's, I mean, orbs of fusing are an RNG based item, so you aren't guaranteed to increase the slots or decrease them. So sometimes it's better to just wait until you find a connected socketed item or whatever. But as far as that goes, like, it might be worth it on a 4-socket item to actually use your orbs of fusing. As far as like how many possible variants there are with a 4-socket, it's probably 9 is going to be my guess, because normally it's 2 to the power of however many sockets you've got plus 1, because you can have no sockets linked as well. So what do I maybe need to talk to Fairgraves? I forget on this one what you actually have to do. So let's just talk to... Nope, that's not it. So we just haven't found the item yet. That's okay. What direction are we supposed to go? Probably up this way. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So there again, you can, and also if you still have your Frost Blink equipped, Frost Blinking across enemies will do the same thing as Flame Dashing across them if you've got your whatchamacallit on it, your Stormbrand. So damage them, Frost Blink across, and then you can also Flame Dash across, and it will do double the damage, or well, it's 50% for each elemental type outside of lightning. So there we go, we got the item for the Solaris Temple. Now as far as the passive trees go, the next set that we're going to be working towards is over here, Purity of Flesh, because it's going to give us our chaos resistance. The way you get there is you go through these rings. So the optimal path for this is to take, well, you got to take these two, then you take this minion life, you grab Sacrifice, you take this attack and cast, you take Spiritual Command, this minion attack, cast, Intelligence, then complete that ring. That will maximize the types of buffs you are getting. I'm just going to portal scroll back to the Sarn encampment so we can use the waypoint there to get back to the Solaris Temple, level 2, really easily via the waypoint system. So now we just go talk to this gal again. We'll get an Infernal Talc, and we need to go to the sewers, and that is what clears out the blockage. So if we go back to the sewers and go over to this exclamation point, the Undying Blockage, it'll use that talc item we just got to open this up, and this might take us to the barracks. Yeah, so this takes us to the Ebony Barracks. Pretty cool. So there we go. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to walk up those stairs because the waypoint is right at the entrance. And so we've got the mission, kill General Gravicius. So this is like a mini boss for the act. He's pretty strong. He has like 2 or 3 different one-shot moves, so just bear that in mind. You're gonna want to, be prepared for that because you will just kind of encounter him randomly. And yeah, if you're not prepared for a boss fight, you might have some trouble. So no worries. I just thought I'd mention that. So we got a Viridian skill gem. That's kind of cool. This full scale armor we can sell for Orb of Alchemy shards, so that's worth it, I suppose. Let's go ahead and identify this and see. So we get increased attack speed while dual wielding. That's actually pretty good for us. So we don't do poison damage though, so we're not going to swap out the gem we've got. It is worthwhile to kind of check these, so I am going to switch out our Jade Amulet to the one we got for that quest reward. Just because I believe the quest reward one is a little bit better than the one we were wearing. It doesn't give us as much resistance, I guess, but that's okay. It does increase our dexterity farther, which can be useful. So I believe this little X on the map is going to be the boss, so this dude is fucking difficult with this build, just because you're so squishy. So he like instantly drops your zombies, so bear that in mind. You're gonna want to have some movement ability and be good at using them as well. And then basically what I do, he has to run up and hit you with his sword or whatever to actually damage you. So as long as you stay out of his range, he can't do much. He does get an energy shield though, so like you got to consistently be DPSing him. Otherwise, he'll restore his energy shield and you'll have a problem taking him down. So he also has this like fire spell, so avoid those if you can, because if you don't, you will probably get one shot. So there we go. I'm just trying to use his minions that he spawns to maintain my zombies. So there we go. We got Gravicius taken out pretty easy. We're going to turn him into a zombie just for fun. The other thing that's over this way that I want to access first is the library. So if you're new to the game, the library is like the coolest place ever starting off, because it basically has all of the skill gems available to you to purchase, or at least the lower level ones. So it's good to go grab the library. There is a waypoint right next to the dude that sells the gems. You have to do like a little mini quest or whatever, but it's worth doing it, because then you can start purchasing the gems you actually want to use in your build, and start building out your character to be a little bit better. Because if you're following a build guide, typically the gems that they tell you to use, the reason why they tell you to use those is because they synergize in order to give you better sustain, or like if you are missing some of the skills or skill gems that they're telling you, it's your build's not going to be as viable as it's supposed to be. So that is the Lunaris Temple found. So that's good. That's going to be one of our next quests, I believe. The library is typically up this way as well, so we just have to find the exit to it. Come on. Alright, fine, we'll take the fucking stairs. Shouldn't have to, but we will. Here we go. Respawn our minions. And we are just looking for the library. The one thing I will caution you on, if you leave this area and the map despawns, which typically speaking is about 15 minutes, the map will stay identified for, you will have General Gravicius will respawn. So if you want to farm a boss, like, you can definitely farm him. You just have to reboot the instance or whatever. So bear that in mind. If you don't want to fight him, try to do everything on this map before 15 minutes, because he will respawn. Anyway, let's see, where are they hiding the library? I'm almost certain the library's off of this. Yeah, it's got to be. So One of them's the Lunaris Temple, which has 2 levels. The other one's the library. I want to get the library unlocked before we keep doing stuff. I want to say the Lunaris Temple waypoint is a little ways in, so it's not worth going in there until you're ready to actually do that quest, which we just have to go back to the Sarn encampment and we'll probably get the quest for it. But I want to find the library first while we're here, because the library does have a waypoint. So, oh, I guess this goes to the Imperial Gardens, which that's fine too. We needed to come over here anyway. I know that this one has a waypoint, so once we find the waypoint for the Imperial Gardens, we're going to go ahead and port back to town, is the plan anyway. There we go. So the Gardens is actually a really good spot to farm experience if you're going to try to do that. If you're feeling like you're under-leveled or don't have enough passives or whatever to complete the act or whatever it may be. I mean, there's different reasons for farming stuff. This is a good place just because there's a lot of enemies in here, and they're varied types as well, so there's not like one specific set of damage type that's going to be best for this area, because these dudes, they do chaos damage. You've got the Stone Guardians that do physical damage. So yeah, just bear that in mind. Here we go. DPSing some homies. There we go. Great, we got a chromatic orb out of that. That's good. I do want to find the waypoint for this, though, if at all possible. So this plum, I think, is the Fairgraves quest, which I forget what he gives you as the quest reward, but that's good. We found it anyway. Let's see. Come on. I don't know where the waypoint's at, honestly. I know that they have one on this map, though. Like, some of them don't have waypoints. Like, you can clear the whole map and not find a waypoint. That means there isn't one on the map. But I'm almost certain that the Imperial Gardens has a waypoint. So none of that is any good for us, really. There's the waypoint. Cool. We're going to go grab that real quick. And so I was almost certain that the library must be off the Imperial Gardens instead. So let's go back. We're going to go grab the waypoint for the Lunaris Gardens. We're also going to re-raise all of our zombies because apparently they died. But yeah, no big deal. It's worth going into the maps and grabbing the waypoints, just because then you can get back there faster than running through the base connecting map. So, like, I don't want to have to run through the entire Ebony Barracks to get up to the Lunaris Temple when it's time to do those missions. So, if you go in and grab the waypoint, you can always come back and, once you have the quest for this area and, you know, do the quest, right? But the difference will be, you know, you'll be able to, you know, teleport to this map as opposed to having to walk through a bunch of stuff to get there. So let's go ahead. Well, let's kill this dude first because I don't want to fight two strong dudes. Cool. So he just got dropped. Awesome. We leveled up some skill gem. I wasn't paying attention, but that's good. It's always good to level your skill gems. The only exception to that is if you are having a tough time keeping your mana up enough to cast your spells, you may want to wait to level your skill gem until you have access to more mana or better flasks or something, just because when you upgrade the skill gems, it does improve their quality, but it also increases the cost to use them. So bear that in mind. It's like, by and large, it's going to be best for you to upgrade your skill gems, but there are certain situations where you might want to hold off a little bit. Anyway, for us, I'm not too worried about it. I mean, we've got pretty good mana flasks, all things considered, so we should be fine. I guess we could, you know, like spend this passive point that's just been chilling for a while. And that would help increase our DPS because we are at the point where we've got our minions set up. So, or we're at the minion wheel or whatever for the next set of damage or DPS modifiers. So another Colossal Life Flask. Let's go ahead. We're going to apply this, get our next point into minion damage right here. So this is minion life. This will help increase the sustain of our guys, which will be good. Means our zombies won't die quite as quick. We do need to re-res our zombies, I now noticed. So there we go. Got all 5. Cool. I'm assuming that the waypoint's going to be around here. So the other thing about Stormbrand is you can cast it on more than one enemy, and it'll like chain lightning across between the 2 points. So it is worthwhile putting it on 2 guys, because if the smaller dudes are running through the chain, they will take lightning damage as well. So just a little pro tip for you. You might want to, you know, cast your Stormbrand on more than one guy to increase the amount of DPS you're doing. In addition, it will proc your Elemental Equilibrium passive. So yeah, good thing to do strategy-wise, to cast your Stormbrand twice. Here we go. Let's go up this way. And we are getting close to that. Well, we're past the 20-minute mark. Once we get the waypoint for the Lunaris Temple, we'll probably call it here for today. Just so we're not, you know, making you sit for half an hour or whatever, because I know that gets a little bit long. Let's get the strong box, and the waypoint's right up here. We'll go grab that. We did get an Orb of Scouring, which is cool. These can be used to refund a passive point if you want. So there's the waypoint for Lunaris Temple 1. This is the stairs to the 2nd level. We are going to go back to the encampment first, just so we can get the quest for the Lunaris Temple. But we'll go ahead and finish that off next time. If you enjoyed the episode today, be sure to like, comment, subscribe as always. And until next time, this has been LD7, and we will see ya.